after heaving a sigh of relief following suspension of strike by members of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, which citizens feared could lead to fuel scarcity. It seems we are not out of the woods yet. NUPENG has accused the management of Dangote Group of violating a peace agreement brokered by the Department of State Services, DSS, on the 9th of September. The union warned that a nationwide strike may be unavoidable. In a statement signed by its president, Williams Akporia, and General Secretary Afolabi Olawale, NUPENG placed its members nationwide on red alert, urging them to prepare for a possible resumption of the suspended industrial action. The union said the DSS brokered resolution, attended by 3 ministers and a Deputy Director General of the DSS, affirmed the right of workers to unionize. However, NUPENG alleged that on the 10th of September, Dangote Group directed its truck drivers, many of whom are long-standing members of Petroleum Tanker Drivers PTD branch of NUPENG, to remove union stickers from their trucks. Okay, let's Paul, unpack this for us. I mean, and what were the specific clauses of the DSS brokered agreement? You know, is NUPENG alleging Dangote of violating?
Okay. Now, they came up with an MOU.
Yes.
And these are the key terms of the MOU. Dangote management acknowledges that unionization is a fundamental right, and that the process of unionization must begin immediately for its staff.
Okay.
That must be completed between 9th to 22nd of September. And Dangote will not set up any parallel or alternative union.
Okay.
And the fourth one is that no worker will be victimized for participating in any strike or for supporting unionization. Now, that is but currently, the NUPENG is now alleging breaches of the agreement, that the Dangote has violated the terms. And why? Because there was an instruction for truck drivers who are already members of NUPENG to remove their union stickers. You know, so in fact, this man, this Dangote's cousin, what's his name, Megdan Tata, the younger Tata, was actually accused of instructing, you know, drivers to remove their stickers, which is actually against the rules, the union rules. So that is making them to, normally because the union members were trying to prevent those drivers from accessing the refinery for not having the stickers, and yet, but they were fully moved in. And then they also alleged that, you know, security men were being brought in and all of that. So they are now saying, look, we might need to go back. On strike. Well, I need to know Dangote's response to that, because I won't hear from one side of the story. I think Dangote needs to come up with an official statement.
Now the question is, has Dangote responded to this allegation? Is he denying the accusation, or is he admitting maybe partial compliance of the MOU?
So as at the time I got to this studio, I haven't read his response. But, you know, but for the sake of analysis and for the reality that is beckoning on the two parties, please, it's important that there might need to be give and take from both parties.
Okay.
Now, Dangote, all the while, is a pure private businessman or business entity, so to say. And now it's been told that here in NUPENG, we are not just a union, we are very, very active union. And part of the things we do is that this sticker must be on your, you know, tank or your tanker, so to say. And this might be someone who feel that this will disfigure the beauty we are trying to create. I'm just thinking now, we know you are union, you know. Probably that might be. I'm just waiting for what they will say.
Yes.
And it's important, and I'm sure they are listening. They will definitely have to respond. But beyond that, I think it's just for Dangote to live with this reality. Unionism is not illegal. Unionism is part of ILO standard. He should learn to live with this. If he has been doing it with Dangote Sugar or every other person this is petroleum, and they are damn serious about it. I am of the opinion that NUPENG cannot always have its way, that is having it all the time, because this is a businessman who has collected so much loan and probably is looking at, hey, I want a lot of patronage. I am competing. I want to cut off the middle class part. I mean, the middlemen. The middlemen, you know, the tankers, so to say. So I have my own tankers. I have the CNG tanker-driven stuff. So he has some of his innovation that NUPENG needs to also allow, rather than saying, oh, the way it has been, that's the way it must continue.
All right, but gentlemen, you know that it was DSS that actually brokered this deal.
Yeah.
But can the now that the NUPENG, they're alleging that one part of the MOU has been breached and all, can DSS invoke some sort of illegal or security provision if any of the parties and agreement violates the
They are just peace.
No. So what the DSS did was just like a peace meeting. There were also 3 federal ministers in attendance. So I guess DSS was looking at the security implication of, or the security dimension of the crisis, what it could lead to, and they may have more information than you and I have. But I do not think we need any force. I like the way what they said about give and take. You know, first of all, if certain agreements have been reached, it only makes sense that those agreements are kept to.
Okay.
Now, if it makes sense at all for NUPENG to give some concession to Dangote, you know, they should in the interest of peace. But agreement must be kept to. We don't need this. We just need sanity in that particular sector.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, we have this new part. There's a Dangote Petroleum Refinery has dismissed recent allegations made by the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG. They're insisting that claims of anti-labor practices, monopolistic behavior, and planned fuel hikes are entirely unfounded. How do you respond to this?
So it's what he has said. You know, I'm happy, maybe because he's a professional journalist. I like the way he puts it, that let's wait for them to speak.
Yes.
So, founded, unfounded, what is important is let there be union practice.
Okay.
Give it to them. But NUPENG, please listen. Dangote has a target. Dangote has something he's rushing after. Dangote is crashing the price. He's trying to make life, you know, a bit attractive. I'm not saying easier now. Attractive to Nigerians, so that NNPC can further go down with their prices and some other, you know, major marketers. Because I saw that strange appearance when I saw 10 vehicles on the queue.
But is there still room for a fresh round of negotiations? Because it looks like
there is always room for talks, because they must actually come to a point of settlement. But in the end, it is Nigerians that will suffer it. But what I like to see sometime is to see other players.
Okay.
It's only Dangote that has a license to run a refinery.
All right,
so let the other people.
You and I can start.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away.